Hi, this is Test Prep Central. We're working on Calculator Workshop 5, List Features. Example 1 says to arrange the list in order. So first, I will clear my memory here. Actually, let's do second plus. Second mode gets out. Second plus 7, 1, 2. Okay, so let's go to Stat, Enter. We have a blank table here to work with, and let's type in the data in example 1. 3, enter. 11, 19, 0, 2, 23, 10, 16, 8, 13. Okay, I have 10 data points in this list, and it looks like I have 10 data points here, so that's good. To sort the list, let's get out of the table onto the home screen. So we'll type second mode. And to sort, go to your list menu, second stat, and go right to ops. And the first thing on the list is sort, A, which means ascending. And then you'll tell it which list to sort by typing second 1 for list 1. You can close the parentheses or not, type enter, and it will say done. Now when you go back into your table, stat, enter, you will see that your list is now in order. Okay, for example 2, we are using the same list 1, and we are to copy that list into list 2. So to do that, highlight the name for list 2. So go right and up to highlight the list. Type second 1. When you type enter, it will fill that column with the data from list 1. Let's go to example 3. This is new data. So I'm going to clear my 2 lists. So go up to list 2, clear, enter. Go up to list 1, clear, enter. You can always clear your memory to clear lists if you prefer. Okay, next, it does say to determine the range of a function. So I'm going to go to the y equals first and type in the function that we are given, negative 2.5x plus 1.5. And then I'm going to go to the table, the list, and type in the data. So go to stat, enter, and in list 1, type in the domain that you are given. Negative 3, negative 1, 0, 4, 11, 18, 24, and 40. Okay, once you've typed in the domain, to evaluate your function at these numbers, highlight the list 2 name, type the button that says VARS, that stands for variables, go right 1 to Y variables, and type 1 for function and 1 for Y1. To evaluate the function at list 1, open your parentheses and inside type second 1. And then I will close the parentheses. Type enter, and notice it fills that column with the output, which is the range of the function. Those are in descending order, so I just wrote those in ascending order when I wrote them or put them in your handout. For your example number 4, be careful. You have new data, so we do need to clear these lists and put in some new data. So go to list 1, clear, enter. Highlight list 2, clear, enter. Again, do not hit delete when you are highlighting a list name, or you will delete the entire list. So let's start by putting in the data for list 1, which is 1 through 8. And then in list 2, use your right arrow to go to list 2 and type in the numbers that appear in your handout. So this would be 7. The next number is 14. Then 23. Then 34. 47. 62. 79. And 98. Something you want to pay attention to here, you often have tables of data in textbooks and in assessments. When you are typing in a list 1, list 2 like this, you typically, one of the things we do is write equations and do things. So you want to kind of check to make sure your lists are the same length as you are doing these problems. Otherwise, some of these features will not work if the data does not match. You'll get a message that says dim mismatch if that happens. All right, we put our data in. So now we're going to subtract list 1 and 2 and place in list 3. So highlight list 3 by going right and up. Type second 2 to get list 2. Subtract. Type second 1 to get list 1. And then when you type enter, it will fill the column with the differences of the 2. The next thing we're asked to do is find the first and second differences for list 3. So let's go over to list 4 and highlight the name list 4. We're going to use the ops menu again. So this will be second stat, and then under the ops, so go right to ops, you'll see under 7 or next to 7 delta list. So type 7 and notice how I put delta list at the bottom here. I want the delta list for 3. So I'm going to type second 3, and you can close the parentheses or not. It should work even if you don't. Type enter, and it will fill this column with the differences in list 3. Now to do the differences in that list, this is called your second differences. We're going to highlight list 5. So highlight list 5 and repeat the process. So we'll go to second stat ops 7, and then tell it which list. So I'm doing 4 this time. Second 4. Close the parentheses, type enter, and it will give you the second differences. It's interesting to note the second differences are the same. That means this data is quadratic. All right, let's move on to the helpful hints. Don't forget, if you need to clear lists, one quick way to do that is just to clear all your memory. If you happen to accidentally delete a column in your lists, which happens from time to time, remember to do second plus 7 all 1, 2 to get your column back. The best way to learn your calculator is to practice. So, until we meet again, practice, practice, practice.